What's up, guys? It is August 8th, 2025, and I got lucky today because I was shadowing in clinic, and the doctor I was shadowing only has a half day. So I got half a day off, and I got to enjoy this beautiful city that I work at, and I just want to show it off a little bit. So I didn't eat lunch yet, so I got myself a pot pie from the grocery store from Albertsons, and I also got myself some ice cream that's in this bag. And I came to my favorite place in the whole city, and it's called the Rim Rocks. So the whole city is surrounded by cliffs here. I'll just turn my cameras, and you can see down there, that's the Four Dances recreation area. There's like a story that some like Native Americans like died over there a long time ago. I think it's not a real story, but it's attached to that area. It's called Four Dances. I can show you guys that place as well someday. And then this is the city. It's really beautiful. And I'll just show you guys the hospital I work at. It's right there. The camera quality isn't the best. And yeah. So that's the city, and then down there you can just barely make out the Beartooth Mountains, about an hour and a half drive south of here. So yeah, it's a beautiful view. And then that's the airport over there. I'm about to eat my lunch and enjoy this awesome city. So this is Rim Rock Road. On the left you can see the cliffs I was just on, and then this road takes you down from the cliffs to the main city. And yeah, it's probably my favorite road in the whole city because the views are spectacular. And you can kind of see the city coming into view, starting with the University MSU buildings, and then as I take a turn down here, you'll see the sign, the welcome sign. Welcome to Billings. That car should have stopped. I don't know what he's doing. And then this becomes 27th Street, or Main Street, in Billings. So yeah, it's residency's hard. This one here, my program is actually pretty good, but seeing these views every day, it's a lot better. So you guys have a good one. What's up, guys? I'm out here in the middle of nowhere in Big Sky country, and one of the things I like about my residency, because it has its pros and cons just like any other residency, but the nice part of it is that it's a 3+3 schedule, so I get like half the weekends off in the year. And so it's a Sunday today. It's Sunday, August 10, and I was just sitting at home doing nothing, and I figured, I'm in probably one of the best places for nature in America, right? I'm like 3 hours from Yellowstone. I'm 5 hours from Glacier National Park. What am I doing at home? Procrastinating, trying to do some hockey cards, but instead of just watching stupid YouTube videos, I should actually go out and, enjoy the day, carpe diem. So, but anyways, it's already kind of late. It's 4 p.m. now, so I can't go to Yellowstone or any place like that, but where I can go is, I'll show you guys here. Those mountains all the way down there, you see them? See a faint silhouette there? So that's the Beartooth Mountains. And apparently as you drive through that mountain range down there, it's one of the best views in America. So I'm gonna head down there and hopefully catch some good views, and maybe some nice places to get out of my car and hike, or at least just stare at the landscape and yeah, enjoy the day. So hopefully I can show you guys some of that. So I'm just vibing here. I got some hot tea, got some country music playing. And you know, road trips are probably one of my favorite parts of just living in America. I was born in Utah, and I've lived in a lot of states throughout my life. And ever since I was little, you know, whenever we wanted to do something fun, like with my parents and my brothers. I grew up with 3 brothers. We would just go out and go on drives like this, you know, drink some tea, listen to some music, usually some Turkish music, you know, some good stuff, and just enjoy the nature. So yeah, it's very therapeutic. Something I will say, in case anybody from the Montana Department of Transportation is watching this, is that this is literally the middle of nowhere, you know, and so I wish we had a bigger highway because the speed limit here is 65, and it's a one-way road. I mean, one-lane road. I mean, it's really insane and honestly kind of dangerous. Yeah, it's just really stupid that we don't have a multi-lane highway here. And maybe you guys can see, maybe not, but there's a truck just tailgating behind me right now because I'm going 65. This dude wants to go 70. You know, it's why do we have a two-lane road here? It's just fucking stupid. And you know, before this, for like the last 50 miles, I was behind some trailer, you know, who was going like, you know, 50. So, you know, it's really dumb. You know, you guys need to widen this highway.
There was a difference in her laughter. There was a softness in her eyes. And on the air was a hunger even a boy could recognize. She had a need to feel the thunder, chase the lightning from the sky, watch the storm with all its wonder raging in her lover's eyes. She had the right to heat a passion like a comet burning bright.
So this is Red Lodge. It's a nice, charming town right before the highway over there. So yeah, it's a nice walk. Went down Main Street, got myself some ice cream, and let's continue this drive.
Southern sky, have you ever noticed southern sky? Well, it's precious, just beyond the eye we go, running through the soul like the story told.
this is pretty cool. You can see that I made it to the mountains, which seem just like silhouettes all the way back there. And yeah, there's kind of this path in the middle, which becomes the Beartooth Highway. So yeah, this is pretty cool. So this is an access area into one of the like forests in these mountains here. And yeah, I'm gonna go down here, see if there's a place to hike. And if there is, I might as well step out, but hopefully I don't get mauled by a bear or something. I don't have any bear spray on me, but yeah, the views are just amazing. So well, this really is the middle of nowhere, but it's pretty beautiful. You can see my car back there. High mountains. Looks like there is a campfire here. And then this water is amazing. It's really clear. And the flow is awesome. I could probably drink this if I wanted to, but I don't know if it's a good idea. It actually tastes really good. It's actually pretty cold for a early August day, but yeah, the views are awesome here. So I'll keep driving and see what's next. Well, the radio's all staticky now, so I don't think it's worth listening to. But that's fine. You can just kind of take in the you know, the moment here. I don't know if you guys have ever played Forza Motorsport. It's like a racing game for the Xbox, and this is basically one of those tracks in real life. I mean, it's really beautiful. For me, what it reminds me of, if anybody's from Turkey, there's a road between Bursa in Turkey and Kütahya. And so when I was in Turkey back in January, I remember being on the bus on that road, you know, drinking some tea, listening to some music, and looking at the mountains the mountains that were snow capped at that time, and listening to some good Turkish music. One of my favorite songs goes like this: Yine garlar yağmış gönülde ama kime ne diyeyim, kime ne söyleyeyim. So Yeah, it's about snow-capped mountains. And the person who sings it is Musa Eroğlu. It's probably one of my favorite like folk singers from Turkey. And anyways, this is really amazing, the views here. So when I was back there, an hour away, I thought maybe I can just like climb one of these mountains, just walk to the top. And it doesn't seem impossible. I mean, something I really hate is bugs and stuff, and most of these mountains are, they're not covered in foliage, which is great, but they're really tall. I mean, I don't think I could climb them, unless I have a lot of time on my hands, which I don't. I mean, it's already 5:30 and I got work on tomorrow, but who wants to think about that, right? So this is awesome. So yeah, just taking the view here. See if the radio works. So I wanted to get some steps in for the day and stop my car on the side of the road here. And there's a nice little creek here, and looks like it goes up. So I was just thinking, why not see if I can run to the top. So I'll get back and see if I can do that. It's gonna take me all day to get all the way up there. And I don't think I have all day, but I think I made it pretty far up, I think. Let's see if I can make it a bit higher. Well, I don't think I can make it much higher without getting wet. I don't really want that. But I got my heart rate up, and I think running down we'll get it up a bit more. And yeah, it's really nice out here. Let's see if I can throw a rock. See how far it goes. Not bad. This water is really pure and clear, and it tastes really good. So hopefully I don't get sick from it, but there's nothing growing inside of it, so I think it's healthy. But well, I made it back down, and definitely got my steps in, so let's keep driving up and seeing what else this highway has to offer. I'll see if I'm wrong, but I think this highway actually goes all the way to the top of that mountain. So if I zoom in here, you can kind of see this highway loops around here and then goes all the way up there. And then looks like there's another part up there. So I think I'm going to climb this mountain, so that'll be cool. Let's see what happens.
spotlight institutions such as IAIA Museum of Contemporary Native Arts and the Heard Museum, recognized for their...
Well, I've made it pretty far up now, and it's pretty cold up here. You can kind of see there's a little bit of snow left on these mountains, and I don't know, I kind of feel like seeing if I can walk all the way up there, but yeah, otherwise I can just drive too, because I think the road is gonna go all the way up there. So I don't know, feeling adventurous, so let's see if I can walk up there. Well, these rocks aren't as stable as I thought they were. I mean, they kind of fall under my feet, and that is a lot higher than I thought it would be too. So I won't be making it to the top today, but maybe another day when I have more time, I'll do it. But this is a good enough vantage point to enjoy this awesome view. You know, as I sit up here, there's a lot that comes to my mind. The first is just freedom. Freedom. I mean, I've spent most of my life, you know, doing stuff that I don't necessarily want to do, and I'm glad I did it, but you know, I think just like most people, if I can choose between being at work at the hospital or just on my own, you know, at home or doing whatever, I'm gonna choose the latter. And so, you know, becoming a doctor, it's a very long road, and you know, ever since, you know, grade school, I've just been studying all the time, and so it's kind of why once I was able to drive on my own, you know, without sharing a car with anybody, I started to really enjoy going out to these nature places whenever I could. And I saw a film back a couple of years ago when I was studying for Step 1. And the film was Into the Wild. And that film really spoke to me and kind of changed my perspective on life, because ever since I was a kid, I had kind of a dream of just being in the middle of nowhere, you know, being away from society and schools and all this other stuff, just enjoying this planet, you know, that God created. And that film is basically saying the same thing. It's about a guy, it's a true story. It's about this like 22, 23-year-old guy who graduates from college, and has good grades, he's ready to go to law school, and his parents want him to go to law school, but he gives up. He drives his, you know, the car that his parents bought for him, he just leaves it on the side of the road somewhere, and then hitchhikes all the way to Alaska. And unfortunately, he took it too far. He found some, you know, bus in the middle of nowhere in Alaska, and ended up dying there because he didn't know how to take care of himself. But that journey that he took, it really spoke to me, you know, because I think not just me, but a lot of men, they have this, and women, they have this inner desire to just escape from this modern world that we've created, where people aren't connected in the same way anymore. People aren't connected with each other or with God, you know. We just work all the freaking time, especially in America. You know, we have this workaholic culture, and you know, maybe 100 years ago, working 40 hours a week or however long I work or however long my parents work, which is a lot longer than that, might have been honorable, you know. But these days it isn't, because most people are doing jobs that they don't really care about. And I do care about my job. I'm not talking about myself, but I don't know, a lot of people, office workers, things like that, crunching numbers, you know, doing stuff which at the end of the day you wonder, is this really useful? That's how I felt too during my year of graduate school, when I was just pipetting yeast cells 24/7. I knew nobody was ever going to read those papers, and I always felt this inner loneliness, inner restlessness, just this desire to get away from that. But there's a lot of people who work these kinds of jobs and they can't get away from it because their family needs that kind of money. I mean, my mother, you know, she works, she's still working, you know, God knows how many hours a week. But when I was a kid, she worked a lot, to the point where I barely saw her some years, you know, just to put, you know, just to, you know, give us, you know, take care of us. You know, my father too, he works a lot. And I don't know, people put a lot of their time into that. But anyways, you know, back on the topic of what I was talking about. Before he died, you know, this character in Into the Wild, I think his name was Chris. He wrote something in one of his notebooks. He wrote the quote, "Happiness is only real when shared." And that's I've also come to realize that lately, because no matter how free I feel out here in the outdoors, you know, at the end of the day, I think the best thing anybody can do, what we're religiously, and even if you don't go by religion, what we're biologically designed for, is to have a family, you know, have kids, you know, be together. Anyways, you know, I got a lot out of that film. You know, I guess what I got out of that film was, don't be afraid to step out of something that you're not happy with, because you only, you know, life goes by fast. But also understand that running away from things, physically or mentally, in that character's case it was both, doesn't solve all your problems. So yeah. And then I'm also reminded of this other film, really good film by Liam Neeson, called The Grey. It's nothing philosophical about it, but it's just a really good film. I recommend you guys watch. It's this guy who feels suicidal. You know, he played by Liam Neeson, the Qui-Gon Jinn actor. He's living in Alaska, hunting some foxes for a living. Feels suicidal. His wife lives in the States, you know, and he's lived all the way up there in Alaska. And there's a scene where he just straight up has a rifle in his mouth, and then he gives up. He decides not to kill himself. Well, what ends up happening in that movie is the plane crashes when he's on his way back down to the, you know, mainland states, and him and his colleagues, they get hunted by a bunch of wolves, and within that struggle, within that chaos of trying to survive, he realizes that he wants to survive. So I don't think all of us need that kind of. I don't think all of us need to be hunted by wolves to understand that we do have this inner desire to really thrive in life. It's just some of us aren't doing it the ways we want to do. So you know, with all that, I've also been thinking about what's next, you know, in my career, because residency is only 3 years, and I don't know. I was thinking about maybe doing a fellowship in GI, or maybe, I don't know, I might just be like a PCP or a hospitalist, you know, because their work schedules are a lot better, so I would have more time to enjoy life, you know, because money isn't everything. It really isn't. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm just gonna sit here and enjoy this view a little bit longer, and then it's getting late, but I'm gonna finish this drive up that mountain over there, and after that I'll drive back. So all right. Well, going down from that was a lot harder than getting up. There was a couple old guys down there on motorcycles. They were like, man, you're making me nervous, you know. I'm 65 years old and I'm never gonna do that. But the views are really beautiful here, and that's what they said too. So all right, I'm continuing to climb up this mountain, you know, and it's getting late, so I'll get up to the top and then head back. And if you guys can hear that, that's the annoying seatbelt thing, so I better put that on. Well, I think I'm near the top of the mountain finally. Looks like the road goes on a little bit longer down there. But this is one of the official vantage points, not the one that I was using. And you can see I made it pretty far up. And this is really amazing. Reminds me of in there, but I've always wanted to go there. There's a place in northeastern Turkey called Uzungul, and it's in a valley like this, but there's like a lake right there. I've always wanted to see that place, but I heard it's like a tourist trap now anyways. This place though, it's I mean, there's people, but not that much, so it's just a good place to reconnect with nature. Parking lot is pretty much empty. So yeah, really not a lot of people out here, but that's fine, it's peaceful. So all right, I'm almost at the top, so let's keep going. Check this out. Made it. I think I made it pretty much to the top at this point, and the top is flat. You know, it's almost like I'm in the Midwest again. Maybe not with all this, but yeah. I actually don't have any internet access here, so I can't track myself on the GPS, but I think there's one more scenic overlook like 10 miles from here, and then I'll head back. But yeah, this is awesome. If you just saw this, you would have no idea that I'm on top of a mountain right now. It's all flat. But then once I turn the camera around, you can see this awesome landscape. And just want to show you guys. Hopefully there's no snakes or anything down here, but this is the top of the place I was before. Let's see if we can see the creek from here. So yeah. How about this view? This right here is peace. If I didn't have to work tomorrow, I'd sit here for like an hour. It's getting pretty late, so no matter how nice the scenery is, I'm gonna go to my car and I don't plan on stopping until I reach that last overlook, and then we're gonna head back. Camera quality's not the best, but you can see some deer down there, and I think they saw that I stopped, so they're just staring at the car now. Let's see if they move when I move. Oh, their heads are following me. Now they're moving. Well, my Google Maps started to work again, and seems like the overlook I was waiting to see, something I've passed a long time ago. So I'm basically in Wyoming at this point. So at this point I'm gonna head back, but there is a couple of things I want to see before I go. Right there's a trail, and over there's a lake. So I don't know if I should go to the lake or the trail up there, but let's check out the lake. Really hope this road doesn't damage my tires. But now I see why everybody here drives trucks. I ain't driving past that, so I guess I'm gonna have to walk from here. Well, this trail heads all the way down to that lake down there, but it's a long walk, and it's getting late, so I'm gonna head back downhill now. And yeah, hope y'all enjoyed the Barefoot, what's this place called? Beartooth Mountains. And let's head back.
And I'm crazy for loving you. Crazy for thinking that my love was only you. I'm crazy for trying and crazy for trying, and I'm crazy for loving you.
Well, I've made it all the way down to the bottom. So stop at this creek here on the way back, because the way the water flows it's really cool, and it makes sense considering it comes from all the way up there from the mountains. So, but yeah, it should be smooth. A smooth drive back now. So yeah, if you watched all of this, then thanks. Have a good one.